In this demonstration, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to create multiple outlines or key lines, if you will, around text, as well as giving it a very nice gradient fill, which normally you can't apply directly to text. I've got a finished version in front of us right here, and as you can see, we've got a nice gradient running through the text, and then this black line, then the white line, then the outer black line. So really we've got three outlines or three strokes growing out from the original source. If I go to view outline, you can see that it's basically text, and I'm just highlighting it here, but it's basically a text element. Let's go back up to a preview. Now normally, let me just type in a text word here, kiss, and I'll just give that a thicker font, if you will. I know impact is nice and bold. Let's find impact here, and I'll just make it a bit bigger. I'm just holding down my Command Shift period key to increase that size, and I'll just move that a little closer. As I was saying, if you want to apply colors to text, no problem. Let me highlight that text, and if I go into my foreground color chip, it's no problem to give it a color, but I can't actually fill it with a gradient. If I go in and highlight that and try to apply a gradient, it doesn't apply. So the trick to doing gradients in text is to use the appearance panel. So let me just go in here and highlight that text once again. And here's my appearance tab right here. If you don't see it on your panels, docked or sitting somewhere out here, just go up to Window and you will find appearance right there. You can see right now it's showing my basic fill and stroke features. And right now it simply has a fill with a stroke, but it's not being applied. So let's just go add a new fill. Just highlight that text. I actually need to be on my selection tool and not on my text tool for this operation. So I've moved over to my selection tool, and this made this all available to me, and you have fills, strokes, and effects down at the bottom here. So let me add a new fill. Right now it's black, but I can go in here and I can apply a gradient, and lo and behold, there's our beautiful gradient running right through the text. So really this is the nature of the effect, is to go to my appearance panel and add what I need in that panel. Now I'm going to affect this gradient with my gradient tool. I just want to change the direction of the gradient to go from top to bottom. So I'm just holding down my Shift key here, and the dark is at the top and the light is at the bottom. Let me add a stroke to this now. So I'll simply go over to the Add New Stroke, and we can see it here. I'll increase that size a little bit to 2 points, and you can see that nice black stroke running around that blue and white word. Now I can simply compound these strokes, and that's what I'll do. So I'll simply add another stroke. And you don't see it right now because it's actually the same size as the other stroke. So I can come down here and change two things. I can change the color. So I'll make it yellow temporarily so you'll see it, and I'll increase it in size. So I'm just going incrementally. I could pull down on the menu, and I can also type inside the entry box there. And 8's obviously too big here. And I think that's good, but I have an issue right now. The stroke's running around both sides of the stroke it's sitting on top of. So what we have here is basically a stacking order issue. I want the gradient text, the fill in other words, to sit on top of everything. So the beauty of this is that I can go into my appearance panel and I can actually click and drag these elements up or down. So I'm going to drag that one to the top, and boom, it's sitting on top of everything now. This is the stacking order. So I've got my fill at the top, my black stroke directly under it, and under that black stroke is the yellow stroke, which happens to be a larger size, and that's why it's poking out. So let's add one more stroke to finish the thought here. And it is coming out on top. I'm going to first change that to black. Then I'm going to click on there and drag that to the bottom of the pile, and then I will increase the stroke weight. And you can see as I go incrementally, it fills in more and more here. And really, that's all there is to it. You can get more complex with these basic rules, but in essence, just by adding a fill and a stroke through your appearance panel to the text gives it this beautiful multiple keyline effect, but you can't really do on text using the normal stroke feature down here. I can apply one stroke, but I can't apply more than one. Now if I want to affect the text, that's the beauty of this, I can actually go and edit the text. So I can go in and highlight anything and go type, 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 and it changes everything, and those beautiful effects do carry on with the edited type. We'll just go back to the original word kiss, and I can just simply move that text around. And again, all of these properties under the appearance are attached to that word, so they're never going to separate. The old school method was basically to copy the text, paste it behind itself, and add the stroke to it, and that was the way we used to do it. But now with the appearance panel, it's actually a little more convenient because I can actually still edit the text in text mode. I'd like you to fool around with this and give it a try. And that is the basics on creating gradients in text as well as multiple outlines or keylines, if you will.